What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. If you haven't checked out my last video where I posted all of my trading stats for 2024, go ahead and check that out. It's been doing really well, and I appreciate the support from you guys. A lot of people found great value from that video. I'll be live streaming. I'll be showing the broker statements every week when I take the withdrawals out, all that stuff. So stay tuned. This is going to be a great year. A lot of things are having a foundation built for it, so I appreciate the support. But let's get into what you guys are here for. So these are some of the tips that I want to give you guys going into this next year when we trade, so that you can cut the learning curve. Because when I started doing these things, my win rate went up a lot. So I want to go ahead and give you guys this value so that you already have these tools going into 2025. So let's get into it. We can make the small one right here. So this is the first point. Instead of, so let's say, okay, and all of these tips are based on you already having a system that's proven by Edge. If you don't have that yet, you can go check out my free course on how to become a profitable trader, on how to do that. And I also have a community profit parade where I teach you all my strategies. I live stream with that group about once a week, and I kind of give you all the tools you need in order to in order to have a proven system, in order to have Edge, things of that nature, because we're going off statistics here. We're not going off anything else. So assuming you have that, once you have that system, this is what you should do. So let's say you have a problem with taking trades that are outside of your system because you want to be involved in the market, aka you have FOMO issues. Instead of taking that trade, all I want you to do, instead of actually executing it, simply mark it up with a long or short position tool and see if it worked or not. I promise you, it sounds simple, but doing this will really show you how much losses you incur just by not following your system. You save so much money, so much time crawling out a drawdown, so much everything, if you will simply just mark up the trades that you should have taken, that you wanted to take, and let it play out. For example, and I did this for an example for you guys. I didn't take this trade. For example, right? I saw that price is on a downtrend impulse on GJ. Price is on it's on an uptrend impulse on GJ, but there was a huge down move within the up impulse. So it's probably trying to correct to go back up, because GJ has been trending up for a long time, about whole month of December. So I saw that, and I assumed that price wanted to go back up, but I wasn't going to take this trade because this isn't in my system. But just to prove a point, I saw price break above this breakout high, came back, touched here. So this could have been a supply and demand trade, right? So I marked it up here, put this position calculator right here. It's supposed to go right here. And then look what happens. You lose. This was for volume. So even if you wanted to take the volume trade, which we don't even take past 935, but even if you wanted to take that volume trade, you would have lost it because that's outside of our system. And then if you wanted to take this supply and demand trade right here, all three impulses aren't correct. You can't take that either. But just marking that up like that is really going to help you, because you're going to realize how many trades you lose just by not following your system. Don't get involved in FOMO. Just stay with your system. You will save so much money and so much time if you're doing prop firms. Which, that gets me into the next point. My purpose is to help traders create edge and make exponential money through statistics and database trading. So you should be blessed with the fact that you're starting with a small amount of money. And the reason I say that is, I'm just going to give you a quick story. When I was 20 years old in 2022, I made $10,000 in a day trading with it was my forest funds. I made $10,000 in a day, and I thought that was it. I finally hit my stride. You know, everything was going to be up from there. And what happened was, instead of leaving that $10,000 alone and getting the payout, I continued to trade. I wanted to make $25,000 in one payout. Sounds stupid, right? But that's what I did. I was 20 years old. That was all my money that I put into that challenge. And you know, that was it for me. I thought that was it. So instead of making $25,000, what do you think happened? I traded all the way back down, not back down to break even where I could have kept the account. I traded all the way to losing the account. So I lost $20,000 when I made $10,000. and that was 10,000 that was already there. That was probably one of the lowest times in my life. That was a really hard year for me, 2022, and that was gonna be all the money that I had. I had spent all my money on that challenge, so that was such a low point in my life. And looking back on it, what I should have been doing is what the next point I'm gonna give you guys. If you have a little bit of disposable income and you at least have an edge or some type of premonition about trading, maybe even you have a mentor, what you should do is you should take that small amount of disposable income, even if it's $100, and just trade it aggressively. The reason I say that is because that's going to be instant lessons and instant returns on your investment. Now, you need to have discipline in order to do that, because trading aggressively like that, you can start to get on tilt if you don't know what you're doing. But I'd rather somebody do that and trade, if you have $100, trade 25% of trade, because most strategies, you shouldn't lose more than 4 trades in a row, unless you just have a crazy risk to reward ratio. But most strategies, you shouldn't lose 4 trades in a row. And I'd rather you trade $25 a trade, and if you win, you get an instant return on your investment. Maybe you make $200 and you get an extra $100 a month, extra $100 a week if you do that 4 times. And you get to withdraw that right out, put it in your pocket, and support your family. I'd rather you do that than spend all this time getting through the first phase, getting through the second phase, getting to live, waiting 2 more weeks for a payout just to make a couple $100 just to get that first investment. Because if you're trading prop firms, you should probably not be going for home runs on your first payout. You should be going for a small investment, a small amount of profit, so that you can just get a return on your investment, get your challenge feedback, and then start trading aggressively, because at least you've recouped your investment. But you had to win so many trades just to do that. With this strategy, being a little bit more aggressive with those smaller amounts of money, that's an instant return on your investment. So that's why I'd rather you do that, and you should actually feel happy because you're choosing your tuition. If you only want to lose $100, that's your $100. You can choose that. You can choose how much you want to risk. You know what your risk tolerance is like. But I'd rather somebody trade 10 to 25% of trade, lose 10 trades in a row or lose 4 trades in a row, than having to deal with the hope and the process that it takes to get through prop firms. I think prop firms are necessary in the industry, but it's for a very select group of people. I think prop firms are for people who already have the money to lose and they can just trade aggressively and they don't care if they lose it or not. I think even if you quote unquote don't care if you lose with that small amount of money, it's a process, man. It's a process, and it's a different way of trading. So I'd rather you do that. That's my recommendation. So those are the 2 tips I'm giving you guys for today. If you feel like you're going to take a trade outside of your system and you know that trade is outside of what you should be doing for the day or for the session, just mark it up with a long or short position calculator, long or short position tool. Just in case you don't know, they are right here. Long or short position. This is to buy, this is to sell. Use one of those and just put it there. Use one of those and just put it there. I promise you, it sounds so simple, but just try it and comment under this video and see if it helps you out. And the next thing is, I'd rather you trade a small amount of money aggressively with a system than go buy a prop firm challenge. Take it from me, who's been there, done that, 5 years in the game. Trust me. Try these tips out. Let me know how you guys feel. Happy New Year. And like I said, if you want to get direct access to me, go to my wap.com/profitparade. I've been helping people out. We're starting to build. We're starting to gain momentum. So stay tuned. You guys have a good day.